freaking fool.
It's podcast time.
It's Morbin time.
Never saw that. I heard it was terrible.
It was bad. That shit was stupid. We should do the intro or something, right?
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? We're back with another episode of Almost History.
Episode 4.
Episode 4 of Almost History.
We made it.
We did. Made it 4 episodes in. We're here, me, Logan Quiroz, and
Ben
co-host,
Gordon, what's up?
Ben Gordon, and also the dog, dude, Kobe, licking where his testicles used to be. That's sad. That's a sad way to start it.
You would do the same if you could.
Yeah, but dang,
Lick
he looks
your balls.
depressed.
He's just tired. I took him to the park for the first time in like a week.
Yeah, dude, he was running around. He was all hyped up when I got here.
Yeah,
Now
he's excited. He's a good boy.
he's all tuckered out. Aren't you? Aren't you, Cobert?
If you just give him a chance to play, he'll bounce off the fucking walls.
Now he's all
I've never seen
exhausted.
something more consumed with something than he is. Like this, he wants to play more than anything in the world wants to do anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, when I got in here, dude, he was trying to play with me. I was throwing him his little pig for a little bit, but it's never enough. He always needs more. Greed. That's one of the 7 deadly sins. I just watched that. Theo told me to watch that movie 7. I just watched that like 20 years late.
Yeah, you don't watch anything.
Nah, I was sick though, dude. 7 deadly sins.
I also have not seen it. I just know about it.
Check it out. That was a good movie.
What's in the box? I know.
I didn't even know that. That was a nice treat finding out that's the movie it's from. I just saw that. All of a sudden, the movie was like, "What's in the box?" I'm like, "Oh."
You didn't recognize
that's where it's from.
the characters?
No.
God. Stupid.
Dumb idiot. Dude, so how's it? Dude, what's been on with you comedy recently? Comedy-wise.
You see the text. I
Yeah.
hate comedy.
You do hate comedy. You're in a comedy rut right now. Lots of anger.
Yeah, the last 3 years.
Yeah, dude. You had some funny stuff yesterday. I had a run-in with a lady yesterday.
That was funny.
It was funny because yesterday at an open mic, I go on stage. I hit him with a joke about how pedophiles should guard schools to defend from school shootings.
That's
comedy right there. That's comedy in a nutshell right there.
It also, when you explain the joke, it also just makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense when I explain it, but just the premise alone, that's genius comedy. So anyway, I do that. I get off the stage. I'm like, follow that, idiots.
And she...
Well, I get off the stage, and then I go to the bathroom
to
bask in my glory for a second.
And she called you out the second she got up.
While I'm in the bathroom. I guess I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, that was fun. I hear my name, but I think she's just like referencing my set, and then she's going into her set. I come out of the bathroom, and she's just rambling about how she was molested, like trying to make it funny though, but not. It's just sad.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
Which that was funny. That
part was funny. But she was like mad at me. She's like, yeah, being molested isn't a joke. And then she uses that to get into her molested material.
I was molested by my uncle or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. She's like, listen, being molested, that's never funny. I was molested. Well, at least he didn't try to fuck me because that would have been rude. I'm like, what are you doing material now?
Same thing. And we could talk about this person all day, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then, so I didn't know she had called me out at the beginning, getting mad at me. So I'm just in the back. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And I don't know. I like clap for her when she gets off. I'm like, cool. And then it's not until we go outside. You guys are like, dude, she was mad at you.
Yeah, she came up. The first thing she said, she was like, where's Logan? And then you were in the bathroom, and then she was like, I'm tired of comics using pedophile or pedophilia for jokes.
Yeah, I heard.
Thinking it's funny.
Because she said it at the end before you got off too. She's like using pedophilia as a punchline. I'm like, lady, try using punchlines, dumbass. How about that?
Yeah.
And then you could tell me.
Or just yelling to the mic like you usually
do. She's a crazy freaking lady. And then, and even when she left, I was like, I said bye. I was like, oh, well, I don't know. I didn't know if she was actually mad. And then she's like, peace, like angrily.
We're all open micers for the most part. It's weird to try to police other open micers, what we can and cannot.
Yeah, add an open mic with other comics. Dude, I can't be stopped.
It'd be one thing if like Chappelle pulled you to the side and was like, "Hey, don't say that. It's harsh."
I spit in his eyes. I say, "You don't tell me." No, dude, Chappelle's all about free speech. He just opened up that thing for. She clearly didn't watch the new Chappelle speech.
You had a theater for saying whatever the fuck you want to say.
Theater for saying the N-word if you're white, dude. That's what I read it as.
That speech was wild.
Yeah.
He said he was the greatest comic, which that's fair. He is arguably the greatest comic of all time.
Yeah, I was on board until the very end where he's like, none of my peers will touch.
I challenge my peers to make a special as good as mine, and they can't.
Yeah, and for the most part, well, I don't know about that last one. It was more like, I don't know, it was a different genre of comedy. It was more like philosophical.
Remember how Carlin got at the end when Carlin's last like 5 specials were less specials. They were more just like a commentary on like society and stuff. That's like where Chappelle is at now, which is cool. But I want to, laugh.
But saying no one will.
I want to hear big jokes.
Saying
no one will
like
top
Louis.
it. Yeah, Louis.
I'm like, Louis' last 2 specials were crazy.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, I guess Chappelle has a point if, like, I just think of one person. You know what I mean? I'm like, what about Louis? It's like the one person. Okay, yeah, for the most part, you are better than 99% of the comics out there.
If his point is having something that, like, because Louis is not really talking about society, I guess, in that overt of a way. But I don't know. It should be funny first. That's always my people should be laughing before anything else, before they're going. I mean, but at the same time, I'm 3 years in. I don't have a right to have an opinion on this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. At the same time, I was just doing a joke about how pedophiles should defend schools. So maybe I should shut up.
Every joke I have is just white women are evil.
That's a good go-to, though.
It's not even a joke. It's just this is fact.
That's just your thoughts. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Not really. I don't think they're evil.
How could you not?
Because my mom's white. I think besides my white mom. Then besides, I think millennial and younger white women are evil. I'll say that.
And younger.
Yeah.
Not boomers aren't, and older. You think you think white women are getting more evil now?
I think they're getting more passively aggressively evil.
Okay, they were still more evil back in the day.
True.
I don't know about more, but they were.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Carolyn Bryant. That's still funny to me. How
That's funny.
They stormed the nursing home where she lives, trying to find her. The lady that killed Emmett Till, or got him killed. Where the fuck is Carolyn at?
Oh, that is funny. Just to storm the fucking nurse. I didn't know she was still alive.
Yeah, that didn't happen that long ago. It's like 1960 something, I think.
Yeah, but I don't know. You just would have thought something would have happened. Karma would have got her or something by now.
Karma, doesn't work on other people. Only works on you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's how I live life.
Dude, speaking of, I was talking about this on stage yesterday too. We can talk about it here, but how like reincarnation, that's kind of karma-ish, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much about it except you could like come back as like a butterfly or something.
Yeah, basically how you live your life now determines what you're going to come back as in your next life. So, like if you're a bad person in this life, you could come back as something shitty like a fucking worm. But if you're a good person and like a saint, you'll come back as like the best thing you can, which up until recently was a white man in America. That was like the best thing you could come back as.
So white men now were.
So in the past life, they were like.
These are really
helping
angels.
Yeah, exactly. If you respect Eastern culture, which I do. I just think it's funny that now we're like, they're the devil. But are they? Or are you the devil?
What would you come back as now? What's number one?
Number one? Maybe like a non-binary trans Filipino lady. That might be number one.
Leah Thomas, that's number one.
No, what would be number one right now? It might still be white man, honestly.
Whatever AOC is, that's number one.
AOC? No, dude, I think.
You saw what happened? The fake arrest?
Yeah, what was that? She had her hands behind her back, and then What was that all about?
I actually don't. They were protesting something. No, it was making noise.
Was it something with Planned Parenthood?
I don't know. They're always yapping.
Did you see the video when the guy was talking about AOC's butt?
I did see that. Yeah.
That was funny.
I'm not gonna comment on that because I'm woke. And
you're not even gonna be against it. You're not even gonna say he was wrong.
I'm also for free speech.
Listen, I think that was wrong of him to say, and he shouldn't have done that. It was very funny, though. But it was a funny thing to do. Especially to record it and be like, dude, this is going to be hilarious. People are going to love this. And not realizing that you're the guy who's going to get in trouble for it. Oh, that was great.
I'm a little too high.
Yeah, you're very high. I can see it in your eyes. Dude, that means that's the perfect time to teach you, though. You ready to learn about some freaking nonsense? You ready to learn about some psychopath, dude?
Yeah, you exposed it was a man.
It was a man. It was some psycho Englishman.
Jack the Ripper.
Close. His name's Jack. Jack Churchill. You ever heard of this doofus?
I have not. Is this Winston Churchill's son?
No, he is. People thought he was related to him. That'll come. That's a small detail later in the story. No, unrelated. Jack Churchill. He was a soldier. Also went by. He got the nickname Mad Jack and Fighting Jack Churchill because this guy was nuts. This guy, dude. You just think of.
All right, let's go.
So, this is World War II time. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Starts off. We're gonna the beginning of this. I gotta refer to my notes to get the name of his school and stuff. But once we get into it, we'll be rolling. So 1926, dude graduates from the Royal Military Academy of Sandhurst. He's like, okay. I'm gonna be a soldier. I'm gonna go kill some people.
That don't mean shit to West Point.
Dude. Graduate from West Point. That's where it's at. This is some dumb freaking English bullshit that whatever their military does, dude. Eating crumpets.
Fight with swords and shit.
It's funny you say, okay, you're making some predictions that come true later.
I know history. I'm a historian.
Are you just making random guesses, though?
A little bit, but I mean, he's a white guy also. That's another guess I have.
That's good.
And he had a funny accent.
Dude, I wonder what this guy came back as, reincarnated. I'm going to tell you his story. At the end of it, let's try and figure out what he would be reincarnated as.
Is he called Mad Jack because he like was he was a psychopath? Like, he was like crazy.
He was nuts, yeah. But like people liked him. He was like a crazy soldier. It was just out. He was off his rocker. So it starts off. He graduates from Sandhurst, 1926. It's peacetime. He's stationed in Burma. There's not shit going on, dude.
So yeah, 1926. This is
pre-World War II.
Right. Yeah. World War I ended 1920 something? 1920.
Yeah, it's like that in between
1919 something
period.
like that.
So he's just chilling right now. There's not much going on. So he teaches himself the bagpipes. First of all, he gets sick of the bagpipes. He's not Scottish at all. Just a hobby picks up. He gets so good that he's like in these large things, whatever they do with bagpipes. But he's like doing it at like a high level.
Are bagpipes
of bagpipe playing?
Was that their version of like the drummer boy? Like they'd be the first person like on the front line blowing that nonsense?
They weren't supposed to, but that's what this guy ends up doing. Dude, I'm telling you, he's nuts. So learns the bagpipes. He's still bored. He takes his motorcycle across the like entire Indian subcontinent. He just rides that. It's mostly unpaved roads. So he just rides across there. After that, he moves to Kenya.
So he was in India?
No. He's a white dude.
But the Indian subcontinent, what is that?
It's somewhere. He rode his motorcycle a long distance.
Just somewhere.
Just that's a small detail. It doesn't matter. Just I'm trying to get into your head that he's an adventurer.
Okay. Okay. Now he's in Africa.
So he moves to Kenya. He leaves the military because he's like, dude, I can't even kill anyone. This is dumb. I'm gonna leave. So in 1936, he leaves. He becomes a newspaper editor, a male model, and an actor.
Oh, he's good looking.
Yeah. This guy, he does it all. He also gets super good with the bow and arrow. so good that he it was the in 1939 he represented Great Britain in the World Archery Championships.
Okay.
So and that was 1939. That's like in under 3 years he taught himself that. So in the time he left in 1936 and 1939, he just taught himself how to use the bow and arrow and like represented his nation.
What was he doing in Africa? He just went.
I'm gonna chill over there.
He went to Kenya just hang out for a couple years.
Yeah, I guess he never told me why he was there, but I guess he just I'm just gonna chill here. Dude, this guy is trying to just find adventure anywhere he can.
All right, 1939. So we're getting close to World War II.
We're getting close. So World War II starts, and he's not in the military at this point. But war comes. He's like, you know what? Maybe I should head back. So he's the opposite of a draft dodger. He left the military.
That's how they were back then. They wanted to kill.
Yeah, dude. He was like, yeah, okay, there's nothing going on.
You talk to anybody today, and if the mention of war, people are like, I'd take the first plane. I'm one of them. If war breaks out, I'm going to Jamaica. I'm out of here. Dude, zero questions about that.
This guy's the opposite. There was no war. He's like, this is dumb. I'm out of here.
It's back when your country was worth defending.
We need more people like this so we don't have to do drafts. Just a bunch of these maniacs.
I think we have enough of those in America, at least. Other countries.
I think right now we're
good
pretty
luck.
good. We're pretty good on guys who want Dodge Chargers. Yeah, I had a buddy who was like a recon Marine out of we went to high school together, and then he went to community college with me, and he's like, dude, I'm going to be a recon Marine. I'm going to go kill people. He went to like sniper school and stuff, and he just never killed anyone. He just got all the skills of a of a recon Marine, and now he's
shopping at Ralph's, just scoping out aisles and shit.
No, now he's like he works security for like celebrities and stuff.
All right, well at least it's not security for like a fucking shoe store or something.
No, dude, he works for like famous people.
I had a
hopefully
homie.
he could get a kill there, dude.
I had a homie who he went over to Iraq, and he wasn't even he didn't talk about it like very long before he went out, but he went out to Iraq. So it was kind of a surprise when he dipped out. He was out there for like a year or something. And when he came, like it was like a before and after. When he came back, it was like he was a different different.
Yeah, you see some shit out there.
Yeah, like he just be, I don't know. It was like he would look through you. It was haunting. And then we talked to him like what happened over there. And he killed quite a few people. He was like he got like an award, I think, from like the president.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he was in like a tank, whatever, and he got like shot with I don't know the technical terms, but like RPG, IED. I think it was IED, or just not. Yeah,
IUD.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, one of them's the vagina thing.
Yeah, whichever one is not the they got hit with the one that's not in the vagina is the one they got hit with, and like his tank got fucked up. And they started getting surrounded, and he, like a couple of his squad platoon mates were too fucked up. I think a couple died. He grabbed like the M50 gun and just started picking people the fuck off.
Oh shit!
I think he killed like 5 or 6 people. And
damn.
He talked to him about it. He was like, "Yeah, fuck it." That was the one. He got excited then. He was like, "Yeah, shit, man. It was Call of Duty. Prepared." He was like, "Yeah, prepare me for that shit."
He was hyped on it.
He was that part. He got hyped on. He was like, "It was them and me. And I'm still here."
That's crazy. Do you ever hear like Tim Kennedy talk about it? It's like it's nothing.
You ever watch those not old, but those things on YouTube where they'll like talk to like a dude from Vietnam, like and like interview like
dude,
what was it?
They love talking about killing people.
Like, yeah, I walked up and I saw him and I knew I had one.
They talk about it like it's nothing. They talk about it was just like a day, like you're like, yeah, dude, I was walking down the street, like I saw there's just a homeless guy there. Like, you know how casually we would talk about something like that. They're like, yeah, I was walking down the street, had to stab a Vietnamese dude in the throat.
Right now, I'm not in the mind frame to do that. But you, I don't know, you invade America.
That'll get you. Then you'll be ready.
I don't even that I wouldn't do it. I don't know. You put me in a war zone. I think I could do it. I've dropped a nuke in Call of Duty before. I got that killer instinct.
Yeah,
That's the same thing. You just hold the trigger down and
you take them out.
I have shot an M16 before when I was in Israel. 17. I did like some army training thing. Israel. I was gonna join the Israeli army. I was dead serious gonna join the Israeli army.
Why? You just went over there for a trip?
I went over there for the trip was just propaganda. They got me hyped up. I was like, I'm a Jew. I gotta defend my homeland.
Can you join the Israeli? Well, they would.
Oh yeah. Oh, they let anybody join. They don't give a fuck.
That's sick, dude. You go, you're sagging your pants.
They'll let you join. They don't give a shit. I went over there and did an army training for like a week. And
how did you get into army training? They just let you join?
It was this program I was on, and it was a bunch of things you could choose to do for like a week.
And one of them is just military training.
What? Yeah. What? The other ones were dumb. One of them was like go to like a kitchen and like learn how to cook like Israeli cuisine. I don't want to do that. But they're like one of them you get to shoot a gun. I was like, oh, I'll shoot a gun. And I didn't really realize it was the army training thing until I got there. But yeah, they brought us like an army base, and there was like other cadets, whatever, and they had us do like some watered down version of army training, and I took that shit serious.
I wish I could have seen.
I was like, what? There were like photos of me on Facebook, like in like the gear. I was like, what's the records?
Are they still up there?
Probably, yeah.
I'm gonna scroll through your Facebook after this. That's so funny.
I was talking to my squad commander. I was like, well, what's the record for the fastest? I'm gonna beat that record.
Did you beat it?
I did not, but one of the things they had us do at the end, they had us. We were allowed to. We shot M16. We got only like 15 bullets or some shit like that, but that was fun. That was cool.
You were ready to go. Oh my god,
that shit was
so
intense.
Funny.
They were like, if you make any movement with this gun that is not towards this zone, we will take you down.
They would have got. I had to make sure I didn't pull that mic out right now.
Getting too antsy.
Oh god, that's so funny, dude. If you would have joined the Israeli army,
I was in it. I was about to do it, and then
what stopped you?
I came back to the States, and I was like, all right, well, that's smell of freedom. I don't gotta smell of not having to fight for it. I talked to my family. I talked to my non-Jewish, talked to my Jamaican family. They were like, what? They're like, you're gonna move to Israel and you're gonna join the army?
That's crazy, dude.
Hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
Kobe, we can't right now, dog. We're podcasting.
Hey, Kobe, I'm learning about some British guy.
Some British freak.
All right,
dude.
so let's get back to it. So it's 1939, or it's past 1939. Now.
Okay, where did it leave off? So, we talked about the archery championships. That was the last thing we mentioned, right? So now it was when he's like, okay, we got World War II. I want to get back in there. He gets back in. He joins. So this is when the Nazis are invading France. They're fucking blitzkrieg and shit.
Attacking Theo.
Yeah. Theo, you guys got rocked. You guys got invaded in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
That's when I was first researching this. They were like, yeah. They're like, so Mad Jack, he had to go defend France. And I'm like, okay, sick. He's a hero. He's like, this is when Germany sent in the blitzkrieg. You know, they're going all out.
Yeah, Germans were not playing around.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, did he save the day? They're like, they did it in 6 weeks. But this guy has some cool stories.
I think Poland was taken out in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Dude, they got rocked.
And France lasted twice as long. That was where they became the pussy. Everyone started calling French people pussies after that.
I'm assuming that's where like blitzing in football comes from, right? Blitzkrieg.
Yeah,
just said it all out.
What was crazy before that? I know a little bit about France. Before that was considered like the greatest like military in the history of the world. Like, and when Germany was like, we're gonna go invade France, a lot of other people they were like, all right, this is the end of Germany. Germany's about to get taken out because it's France.
It's France. What do they do? Hit you with baguettes?
And then
I can't imagine them as being intimidating at all.
People 6 weeks later, you can't imagine some French people are intimidating.
Just Theo, dude. Theo's the only, and I think that's mostly the Italian in him.
I didn't believe he was French when the first like month I lived with him. I didn't believe he was French.
Yeah, he was over 120 pounds, dude. He
Yeah,
can't be French.
I didn't see a beret, where the fuck you call it. All right, so he fails in defending France.
Yeah, but he got some good stories.
So it was just him. It was just him against the. That's why they lost. Pretty impressive that he lasted 6 weeks by himself.
Yeah, just him. So he leads a couple like raids and stuff in France. But so one of the first ones, there's a story. So there's like about 5 Nazi soldiers, and Jack and some of his boys are up on this hill. Nazis come running over. They hide behind this wall. One of them stands up. No gunshots or anything. He just falls over on his back, dead. And they look at him. There's an arrow just going through his heart. This dude, Jack.
This nigga's fighting like Rambo.
Dude, this is what he goes into war with. He has his bow and arrow. He has a long sword. He has his bagpipes, and he wears a kilt. This guy looks insane. This guy's out of his mind.
Yeah, that is not the World War II uniform for England.
Yeah, well, someone asked him why he like brings that into battle, and he said any soldier who doesn't bring his sword into battle isn't dressed properly. I say, okay, you're nuts. You're crazy, dude.
How old was this guy?
So at this time, I know he ends up retiring in his 40s. So at this point, I think he's like 30s, early 30s.
Insane.
He's nuts.
What do you think he was saying before that shot? Lining up. He's like,
yo, check this out.
I think I've got him.
It's funny too that like I think this was like the first time anyone was killed with an arrow in World War II. So his boys were probably like, "What are you doing, dude?" He's like, "Okay, check this out." He just nails the guy in the heart.
I'm trying to think of British things to say. I can't.
Blimey. I don't know.
Blimey.
I don't know what they say. It's also must be nuts to be a Nazi and just see your boy fall with an arrow to the chest. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what the Comanche Indians.
Are there Native Americans here? What is going on? So that's like the first story about big. So there's all these stories like sort of just pile up to add to his legend. Another one is they were doing a raid, and he gets shot in the neck. He just walks it off, and they're like after the battle, they're like back at camp or whatever, and someone's like, "Dude, you're bleeding." He's like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "What?" Like, what happened? He's like, "Machine gun." It's just like no big deal to him.
That's because guns back then, bullets were made of fucking.
Exactly. Yeah, it probably was better to have an arrow.
Aluminum foil and shit.
They were basically using muskets back then.
Using Hershey Kisses wrappers as bullets.
They were using airsoft guns, basically. So, dude, there's once someone found
got shot in the freaking neck.
Dude, imagine a machine gun shot to the neck today. You're not walking that one off.
Obviously not.
This guy's like, yeah, I'm fine. This isn't a big deal. Once someone they found a diary of one of his like fellow soldiers, and it was saying how the only thing that was like keeping him and like the other soldiers going is just seeing Mad Jack run around with his like sword and his bow and arrow, and that was like motivating the men.
They found his diary. What a pussy.
Yeah.
If it was me, they would have found my journal.
So this guy, all his boys love him. The commanders above him though, they don't like him. They're like, "What is this guy doing? This isn't how you like fight in a war. You can't. We need some organization."
They're hating on him because he's ragging up the numbers.
Yeah, they're like, dude, you don't go in there with a bow and arrow and sword. But it was like working for him.
He's pretty much the kid on the basketball team when the coach calls to play. He's like, nah, fuck that, and he dribbles out, does his own thing.
Exactly.
Scores a 3 and looks at the crowd and starts boasting and shit. And the coach is, he's hating. That's all it is. He's calling audibles. He's doing Omaha like Peyton Manning.
Yeah, he wants the glory, dude. But they specifically said I can't say that. They specifically said it was not about the glory. But I mean, if you're going in there with bagpipes and a bow
arrows, that's gotta be your boy has a machine gun. You're like, check this out.
Either you want some glory or you're completely insane. Maybe a little bit of both.
I mean, was he making his own arrows? because you're not getting those back.
I don't know about that. He might.
Unless he's that. If he's that.
He might go up, rip him out. One thing he would do, he was kind of living like it was a game of Halo, where if he would kill someone.
He was jumping 8 feet in the air. Like Mad Jack got hang time.
He had a gravity hammer in there. One thing you would do is, if he did kill someone, or like someone would die, he would go sometime. The only time he'd use a gun is he would go and grab their weapon and fucking take a couple shots, and then just keep going with his. Yo, what up, Kobe?
Kobe, we can't play. We gotta do this podcast,
Kobe
and then Daddy has to go play a softball game.
So after this, a couple of these battles, he ended up getting the military cross for bravery. So
that's it.
They love him, dude. At
what
that
about
point,
savagery?
yeah.
Savagery. I don't know how to say that. That's demoralizing. A man coming up and taking your gun and then killing you and your boys with it.
Yeah, well, you're already dead. So if he takes your gun,
I'm sure he put one of them, double tap someone, a couple of them for good measure.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
I don't think you would double tap him. I think you would go up with a sword and chop their head off or something.
Scalp
That
him.
would be sick. He might scalp him. I didn't hear any stories about him killing anyone with a sword, though. It was mostly arrow shots.
He just had that on him just to flex.
Yeah, that was just for good measure.
I can see why a commander would be kind of pissed. If you're giving out commands, whatever, and then you got someone in your platoon, it's like you're not. Why are you dressed like that? You should have whatever. Like you have a sword. Like you're the leader. Like because all the photos in like Washington and all these other, they have their swords out. So he's probably taking commands from the commander and then like, all right, fuck this guy.
And he got his bagpipes on him too. Don't forget the bagpipes, because that's a big part of it too.
He's like Omar. He's announcing himself before he pulls up and starts causing havoc.
Dude, that's him. So after this, he hears about something called the Commandos, and he doesn't know what it is exactly, but they promise they're gonna see some action. So he's like, I'm joining them. Okay, sick. And it ends up being the British Special Forces. So he loves the training and all that. They got him doing this crazy training. He loves it, and he knows he's going to get some action in battle. So he's hyped up. So 1941, he was graduated from that commando, all that commando training, and he's put in command of a commandos unit, and they go to a Norwegian town to take out some Nazis. So when they take over these, do you know those amphibious vehicle things that they ride over on? You see them like the Call of Duty video games.
A submarine?
No. They're like the boats, the little boat things, but they like let the the D-Day sort of things. Yeah. So they go to ride over to on those things. Him and his boys, the Commandos. The whole time there, he won't stop playing his bagpipes. He's trying to hype his boys up this whole ride. And they say it like, dude, he was motivating his boys, all the whole unit to lead him into battle. I would be so pissed if there was just some guy he wouldn't stop playing his bagpipes.
That's not a motivating sound.
No. Yeah, dude. And also, none of us are Scottish. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, that is weird. That'd be like goddamn, I can't think of. I mean, to pull out any instrument while you're about to go into, like, if someone had a violin or something, to have anything, it would just be weird.
Yeah, you
should be polishing your gun, or in his case, sharpening your fucking arrowheads or something.
Yeah, get ready, dude. So they reach land, they get let off. He keeps playing his bagpipes. There's gunshots coming at him. He keeps playing until his song's over. He won't stop playing.
I respect that.
And then once the song's over, he tosses it over his shoulder, takes out a grenade, sees a couple Nazis running around, chucks a grenade at him, grabs his sword, and just runs into battle.
I respect that.
Like a maniac, dude.
That's where he got the nickname Mad Jack.
Yeah. So he is. You see why they're calling him Mad Jack now.
The boys did that. The American boys did that at Pearl Harbor when they were attacked. When the Japanese attacked. It was in the morning during like the Pledge of Allegiance while they were getting ready for the day. And there was the army band or whatever was playing the national anthem, and as they were attacked, they finished the song. That's
sick.
They made sure they stopped playing or finished playing before they winning the battle.
That's better if it's the national anthem, not bagpipes, though.
Yeah, he's probably playing some random fucking tune.
Yeah, like, yo, check this one out.
He's making it up as he goes.
And also, I think it would be very funny if he wasn't even good at bagpipes, because he taught himself. Maybe he sucks at bagpipes.
Again, it's not a good. But even if you're good at it, it's not a good. Like it's like
Yeah.
bringing an accordion out to. What are you doing?
Dude,
It sounds
accordion's
dumb,
perfect
and you
example.
look fucking goofy.
So after this,
It would have been hilarious if someone just headshotted him while he was just dancing around. People are coming people are coming afterwards to pick up the bodies, and it's like, all right, this guy has a gun. That makes sense. This guy has a bagpipe. What the fuck happened here?
Yeah, and also the fact that he never got shot. Well, that one machine gun shot might have been while he was playing the bagpipes. Dude. He might have been playing. Oh fuck!
You ever see Braveheart?
A long time ago. Like when I was
It's
little.
like in Braveheart when they were like mooning the people and they get shot in the ass with the arrows. That was his moment. He was taunted and got shot in the neck.
That's what you get, dude. If you're willing to play it and you could pull it off, more power to you.
Yeah, I mean pulling it off is
did
just, to be fair. That's what I mean. Drummer boys back in like the fucking Revolution, right? That's what they did.
Yeah.
They just imagine you sitting there playing drums I'd also be kind of pissed if we're storming the beach or whatever the fuck it is, and we're getting shot up, and you're sitting there just playing your fucking bagpipe, like trying
like, yo, help me out,
trying to finish
dude.
this solo. Like, yo, pick up your fucking gun and help me.
Yeah, no one mentions. Yeah, he was fine when he finished his song, but 3 of his buddies got fucking shot.
Like
in
you about
the
to
head.
get finished off, you're like, yo, Jack, help me out. Hold on, man.
And after that, the whole bagpipe grenade scenario, he got his second military cross. So he's up to 2 now, dude. This guy's
He's collecting these like Pokemon cards.
This guy's killing it. So there's another town they went to go raid where they were outnumbered 20-1 by Nazis. So
it was just him versus that was a never mind. That was a dumb joke. I was
him versus 20 Nazis.
Just continue. That's stupid.
The ratio, yes, it would be like that. So they pull up to this town, and it's the night, so they sneak up there. And what Jack does, he's like, "Yo, I got an idea. We're outnumbered. We're gonna split into 6 groups and surround the town, and we're gonna yell out all together. Just yell out Commandos, and we're gonna freak them out." So they surround the town, and all at once they just yell out Commandos. So the Nazis down there, they think they're surrounded. They think there's a bunch more people than there actually are. So they get on the defensive. Jack and his boys come running down. He's got his sword. And then Jack and one other dude kind of sneak off. And they see this big group of Nazis getting their mortars and stuff ready. And so he sneaks up behind them. He pops out. He grabs one of them, puts his sword to his throat. He's like, "Yo, surrender. We got you." And they see him, dude. He's got his sword. He's got his arrow. He's got a kilt on and bagpipes. Yo, dude, okay, we surrender. So
with the ratio of 20-1, they overcame. And
yeah, cut to 1944. They need to get this. They're raiding this. They're trying to get this strategic location.
when was that attack on that village?
I don't know the exact date. That was just somewhere in there. A couple years before. No, that wasn't even a couple years. That was around the same time.
All right. So America's in the war at this time.
Yeah.
Right.
So 1944, they're trying to get this strategic point, and they start to lose. They start to get rocked. He's out of arrows, dude. He didn't bring enough arrows.
And he's still fighting for England at this time.
Yeah.
He's still with the commando motherfuckers.
Yeah. So it's not looking good for him. He has nothing. They're just getting rocked. So what does he do? He takes out his bagpipes and starts playing. He starts playing his bagpipes there while they're losing. And all of a sudden, a grenade comes, knocks him unconscious.
That's it?
Well, he survives, but knocks him unconscious.
Man, weapons back then were just made out of paper mache.
Yeah. He was fine. You see pictures of him, too. He looks normal. A grenade was basically a rock to the head. They might have just threw the grenade at his head. He was like, ah.
They put a rock in a snowball, and that was it. Man, imagine saying you survived a bullet to the neck and a grenade blast.
Yeah, this guy could not get killed. So anyway, gets knocked unconscious. He gets taken by the Nazis. They find out his last name is Churchill. They think he's related to Winston Churchill. They go to interrogate him. And they find out he's not. But before he leaves, before they take him and send him to the concentration camp, when he's leaving one of the interrogators' offices, he, like, flicks a lit cigarette in the office, and he, like starts the office on fire.
Churchill does?
Yeah, this is Jack. This is Mad Jack. So I don't know. Here's the weird thing about this story, is that no one found out he did it. I'm like, okay, so this must be a first-hand story that he said.
So according to him,
because no one found out. So according to him,
he was smoking a cigar, ran in some room, flicked it off, or a cigarette, then flicked it off and started a.
Somehow he got a hold of it, lit it on fire. I'm skeptical. So he gets sent to a concentration camp after this. If you know anything about concentration camps, that's not where you want to be. That's a bad place.
Yeah, I know a little bit about them. Lost some good people.
Lost about 6,000 good people. Just kidding. There was more.
Only a few.
You got to clarify, dude, these days, because we do hit a couple conspiracies on this podcast. We're not going to hit that one. Don't worry.
Yeah,
maybe you will. I don't know. I'm not going to hit that one.
It's not a conspiracy to me. I lost family in that shit.
Maybe there were some of the 6,000, dude.
Conspiracy. The fuck?
God, every time I hear the Holocaust now, I got to bring up that one joke we heard at the mic where...
don't know who it was. God damn.
God, I forget it. The joke made me laugh so hard, but someone's on stage, and they're like, yeah, really? You guys seriously believe that 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust? Yeah, right. More like 6 trillion. So, dude, I was laughing so hard.
In my family, I lost like 5 people in my family to that. They were in.
Which side of the family?
Oh, yeah, my Jamaican side.
Jamaican.
Yeah, now on my Jewish side, it was getting bad in Poland. They came over here to America, and then the story was they just couldn't adjust. They didn't like the people. They didn't like the culture of America. And this, it wasn't modern times with Twitter or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So they didn't know what was going on in the moment out there. So they were like, all right, we'll just go back. Things did not go well.
Holy shit, dude.
They were not welcomed with open arms.
How much do you have to hate America to be like, we'll just go back to the Holocaust, dude?
It wasn't fully broken out when it came over, and like it was bad. It was like it wasn't cool to be Jewish over there, but it wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
And then they went back, and it was like, turns out we're sending all of y'all to these camps by force.
That is sad, but it's also funny.
They did to themselves. That part of it always hurt.
So did some of them stay and some of them went back?
Yeah, some stayed. That tied, whatever.
Yeah.
Got to be here. And then, yeah, like 5 or 6 went back. All the ones that went back all died.
Damn.
It was
Dude, come back, it'll be fine.
It's like Squid Games. When the guy gets out and he goes back, it's like, what are you doing? What you were out. Why'd you?
Dude, that is Squid Games. Oh, my God.
Except there was no season 2 for them. They
they didn't win the 7 trillion yen, whatever kind of money they used.
Which accounts to like $30.
I don't even remember. Yeah, that was it was still a lot of money they won. But they were talking about like billions in Squid Game, however much, I forget the currency it was. But I was like, dang, there could be billionaires. And it was like 30 million, which is still a ton of money. But I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think I'm a billionaire in Jamaica. $1 here is like 132 Jamaican dollars. It's not good. It's not a.
Oh. Now, where did we leave off? Oh, okay, so he just went to the.
Things are going bad for them.
Went bad. He's at the concentration camp.
Yeah, yeah.
So after a few months, he's at the concentration camp for a bit. He ends up no one notices. He slowly, him and this other dude, dig a hole under the barbed wire fence. They just escape one night, they run out, and they're on the run, but not for too long. They get caught, get sent to a different concentration camp with more security. He's there for under a year, and then one day the power goes out. He just walks out the front door.
That's all it takes?
That's all. That's all it takes, dude. He just walks out the front door. He hikes like 150 miles through the Alps, and this whole time he's like stealing people's vegetables in their gardens and
You're
stuff.
saying that you just said it like a nonchalant 150 miles?
Yes.
You know how fucking long that is?
Yeah, I know. It's a lot.
That's insane.
Yeah, especially through the mountains, dude. And yeah, to survive, he's like stealing people's food and stuff in their gardens.
Oh, I can't. You know, he's a thief.
He's sending him back to that concentration camp.
Yeah, teach him a lesson.
So anyway, he finally meets up with some U.S. troops. They send him back to England, but he's pissed off because he missed most of the war. It's basically the war in like where he's at is basically over. So he's like, you know what? Send me to Burma. I got to kill some Japs, dude.
Wow.
So they send him over there, and right before he gets there, we drop the bombs on him. We're like, yo, you guys are getting out of hand. Pearl Harbor, that was bullshit. Take this. So Jack's even more pissed.
That's like you have a birthday cake and you're making your wish, get ready to blow out the candles, and your cousin comes through and blows it out instead.
That was him.
You ever see those videos? And the kids start having a
he thought he was gonna get to be able to fight, dude.
What a thirst for blood this
Dude,
guy had.
He was quoted as saying that he's like, if it wasn't for those damn Yanks, we would have kept this war going for another 10 years.
Wow.
So he had some bloodlust in him.
Now, all right, not a man of the people, obviously. 10 more years of that war would have been
Not good.
billions dead. I'm making up numbers, but that would have been a lot of people
It
dead.
could have been total 12,000 dead in another 10 years. So now that's over, but he still has the itch, dude. So at 40, he goes to jump school, so he could, if he does that, he could get into like a.
Yeah, we got dogs
That's a dog.
that live here besides
He
Kobe.
could join this like
Hey, you don't gotta do that. You're better than that. You're better. Hey, look at you're better than that.
You're better than that,
You
Kobe.
have Xbox, huh?
There you go.
You're better than that. They don't have Xbox over there.
So
I'd be pissed if I was this guy's squad member. Just hearing how he talks.
yeah,
The fact him being like, let's keep the war going. Like the fact that he wants to fight. Like you should want to be, and you should want to end the war if you're in the war. But this guy's whole goal was just let's keep. I'd be pissed.
do you ever go paintballing?
Nah, I want to. Let's go.
Okay, I when I go paintballing, this is what I think this is the kind of soldier I would be. I sit in the back and I just kind of watch and like shoot when there's no one there just to make it look like I'm doing something. I'm scared to get shot, even paintballing. So I feel like this guy's the guy that just runs in there and he's just like going through, he's just shooting everyone, but then he gets shot, you know.
But he's also getting his team fucked. I imagine getting his team fucked up in the. Like, you can't be out there playing the bagpipe.
Yeah, the bagpipes, that's a wild move. But hey, you gotta play the bagpipes, I guess.
The American version of that is you playing like a recorder. You out there just
You can't do it.
playing hot cross buns while your squad's getting shot up. All right, so he goes to Burma.
So after that, after Burma, this is where joined jump school.
Jump school.
At 40.
Yeah. And that's where you just jump out of planes and shit?
Yeah, parachute out of planes and shit. So he's deployed to Palestine, and he's helping to teach them.
Where?
Palestine?
Where? I think you mean Israel. Dummy. Doesn't exist on the map. Keep going.
Did it in World War II?
I'm talking about modern times.
Yeah. We're talking about World War II, dog.
All right, my bad. Keep going.
So he's teaching them how to fight the Arab forces. That's what he's teaching them out there. At one point, he helps defend this Jewish medical convoy. He gets praise for that. At another point, he helps 700 at a hospital. He helps. There's this Jewish hospital. He helps 700 people escape from there during another attack. So this he's saving lives, dude. He's a hero. After this, he's gotten to the point he's got to take a desk job. He takes a
Because he's got old. Why?
He's just old.
Getting
And
hurt?
the war's done,
His
dude.
knees
So now,
can't take it.
desk job at the Ministry of Defense. And even here, he's a freaking nutcase. Every day he would take the train home from work. On his way, he realized at one point that on his way home, if he took his briefcase, he drives by his house at a certain point. If he just throws it out of the train, it lands in his backyard. And he doesn't have to carry it the rest of the way. So every day on the train ride back, he just throw his briefcase out of the train to land in his backyard, so he didn't have to carry it. No one knows this, so every day people just see him riding the train, throwing the briefcase out like a maniac.
Okay.
Just so because he didn't have to carry it. So this guy's got a couple screws loose, and then on top of this, after everything he's done his whole life, the last thing we're gonna touch on.
I wonder if you ever fucked that up. Just overthrew it.
I was wondering that too.
Just knock
Just
some old
the
lady
wrong
in the head or some
yard.
shit.
He's got to hop into someone else's yard.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's just overheated. All right, cool. So then after this, he wanted to learn how to surf. So he became a sick surfer, and he wanted to surf the Severn Bore, which is some wave that I guess no one ever surfed before. It's like a freshwater wave. I don't know how this works, but he ended up becoming the first person to ever surf that wave. So and he started this whole. Oh, and he made his own surfboard to do it.
Okay.
So it started this whole new kind of wave of freshwater surfing, and that was like his last big thing. And before March 8th, 1996, he died at 89.
96.
96. He died at 89 years old.
Okay, damn. All right, so I was alive when that happened.
Yeah, that's what was crazy to me. It seems like it's not that long ago when he died.
In 89, so he just died of old age, just died of being a weak person.
To survive the machine gun, survive the grenade, and then just died to.
That's pretty Mad Jack. I never heard of this dude before this. I still got to question his battle tactics because he would piss me off if I was on. He doesn't seem like a team player.
So here's the thing. That's what you think of him. At the beginning, we said we're gonna decide what we think he would be reincarnated as. What do you think he earned?
I think he'd be like a really well taken care of fighting dog, like one of Mike Vick's most prized dogs, something like that.
Okay, I think that's a good. I think that's a good one.
I think he deserves to get some beatings.
Yeah.
But also maybe a belly rub once in a while or
Yeah.
something. I don't know how Mike Vick treats those dogs, but I don't know. That's a tough question to ask me. I don't know about it. Is that even on the table? The reincarnation? Is anything?
Yeah, anything. Yeah, that's good.
I don't know. He seemed like he seemed insane. He seemed like a rabid pit bull or some shit. That if you could rein him in, he would. Actually, the more I think of it, a well taken care of. He's still a fighting dog, so it's still living in a cage or whatever. But I think it's still whatever. You got one?
I think maybe a Mexican boy in Mexico. It had like a tough go at it and ends up joining a cartel, and he just gets to kill everyone. I think that's a good.
So what he was already, but just Mexican, essentially.
Yeah. But now it's more. There's more evil in it. So I think next life it's gonna be bad. After his cartel life, he's gonna come back as like a slug or something.
This was a fun one. Theo, what you think of this one? Theo liked it. This was a fun one.
Dope. And this is just 7:45, just on time.
Yeah, I gotta go play a softball game.
I gotta go do that joke about pedophiles and protecting schools. We'll see how that goes.
This was fun.
Hopefully no one fucking verbally attacks me tonight.
If they do, you should just fight them.
I'll punch him in the gosh dang skull.
But yeah, we'll be back with more historical figures. I always fuck that up. I don't know.
Historical figures, conspiracies, historical events.
And everything in between, I guess.
Dope, dude. Plugs. Well, first of all, let's first address Shoebox Comedy. That's our comedy show we have, monthly comedy show. Come check that out. Check out the show.
Yeah, follow Shoebox Comedy on Instagram and
Follow us on
everything.
Instagram. Your Instagram?
Relax and Laugh on Instagram.
Logan J. Quiroz, Instagram, TikTok.
Almost History Podcast on Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back with more.
All right. Hell yeah. We did it. Peace.
Peace.